My name is Isabella Chan, and I'm with Project R.E.A.D.S. Project R.E.A.D.S was established to help less fortunate students continue with their education in the summer by providing them with books and tote bags. One of my main goals when establishing this program was to make it a withstanding project that could be replicated by anyone. Check out our website for more information. In this video, I will be demonstrating how to cut and sew the Project R.E.A.D.S tote bag. Some products you would need are fabric, sewing scissors, a pencil, and a ruler. Let's get started. The first thing we'll need to do is measure and cut out the bag. Every bag is 17 inches by 16 inches. The first thing you want to do is measure 17 inches across for the width. And then you want to measure 16 inches for the height. Make sure when you're measuring your fabric, you do it on the fold of the fabric so that it is doubled. The next thing you'll need to do is to measure and cut out your straps. You're going to need 2 straps. The strap dimensions are 30 inches long and 2 5/8 inches wide. And then you can just cut your fabric out. And then the next thing you're going to want to do is create a seam on the top of the bag by folding it over and sewing it to make it strong and to prevent fraying. So to do this, we're going to want to take the inside of our bag and measure and mark 2 inches from the top. And then you want to take the top of the bag and fold it down to your mark. And then iron along the fold. The next thing we want to do is to fold it over again. And iron on that fold too. Repeat this step on the other side and then you're ready to start sewing. The next step is to take out your sewing machine and make sure it is studded with the correct color that you are working with. And then you're going to want to take the inside of your folded over seam and you're going to want to stitch two straight seams down the length of the folded over part of your bag. So you do the first one a little bit farther out, and then the next one you're going to do closer in so that it keeps it real close and it doesn't have like a flap. When you're done, it should look like this. And then you're just going to repeat that on the other side. The next step is to sew the straps for your bag. Some items you're going to need are a hand needle and about 64 inches of thread. You're going to want to thread your needle double up the thread, and then tie a big knot at the end. Then after you've done that, you want to fold your material for your strap in half at the top. Thread your needle through the top and then down so it hangs in between the two pieces of fabric. This piece of thread just helps you to flip the strap inside out once you've sewn it. So then you're going to want to turn on your sewing machine and just sew a seam down the side of the strap, making sure that you don't sew on the thread that you just dropped into it. After you've sewn both your straps, you're going to want to flip them inside out. The way you should do this is to start by folding the top inside. And then you can just pull on the thread that you put through when you were sewing it. And then you just want to keep pushing more of the fabric inside of this tube of the strap and keep pulling on your thread. So after you've sewn the seam on your strap and you've turned it inside out so that the right side is on the outside, you're going to want to take out your iron and make it so it is flat and straight. So one of the things I like to do is pull the seam over to the one side and iron on that line. And then you just want to work your way down the strap, pulling the seam over to one side and ironing it flat. When you're done ironing, you want your strap to look like this. Once you finish with your straps, the next step is to sew them on. So you're going to want to take out your ruler and measure where to put the straps. Measure 4 inches over from each side. Draw a line and mark it. Then measure 6 1/4 inches down. And then repeat on the other side. going to want to turn on your sewing machine and grab one of your straps. Make sure you only have the top and not the bottom so that you're not sewing your strap to both sides of the bag. You're going to want to fold the bottom part of your strap over and make sure you tuck in any loose threads. So you want to fold it over and then line it up with your line that's 4 inches over and 6 inches down. And then you want to sew it into place. A trick for when you get to the corners is to manually twist and send the needle down into it and leave it down while it's stuck. Pick up the foot compressor, flip your fabric, and put the foot back down. And then you can continue sewing. And then you want to do it again and flip your fabric again. And then when you're doing the other half of the strap, you want to make sure that it's not twisted. So remember, the back side has the fold on it, so you want both good sides out on each side. So fold it over again, line it up with your measurements, and sew the strap on just like you did the first.